right, welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. We are here on episode 57, and we're going to talk about the new movie that's out with Kevin Bacon called Cop Car, and then we're also going to kind of go into his movie career and where he started to where he is now. And I apologize for all the listeners. I haven't been on. This has been 3 weeks that I have been off the episode, and I am very busy in the month of August. It's my anniversary. We go on vacation because it's the end of the summer, and it's my birthday. So it's kind of crazy, and they kind of all landed on the days that we were recording the podcast, and daddy duties took me away for a little bit. But I'm back. I'm back strong. We wanted to do a review. Dave, I texted him. I was like, hey, I want to do like a individual movie review. What one do you want to watch? And he said, check out this movie. So I checked it out, and we'll review that. We'll tell you what we think about it.
Yeah.
And Dave, next one, Dave, I get to pick. All right.
Yeah, and there's a funny story with Cop Car because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this because I was on the other podcast talking to Gil about it, and I was like, I blame Gil. I was like, dude, you told me that it was Coen Brothers, like directed or something, and then
you told me it was Coen. You told me it was Coen Brothers.
Nope. And then Gil was like, okay, here's the funny story. Gil said, no, that was you. He said it to me. I said no. And then somehow we were like, oh, it must have been Brian. And then like I was swearing up and down. I said, I know for a fact I didn't look up any information on Cop Car, and somebody said that, and I ran with it on air. Because Gil was like, oh, you said it on the podcast. I said, yeah, I said it because somebody friggin' told me. And we can't, I don't know who said it. It may have been, it was Paul.
You told me that Gil said it.
Gil's like, he goes on bad with that. I knew it wasn't me. I said, dude, I tell you what, it wasn't me. I swear, like I did not look up any info on it. Someone told me that from this damn podcast group. And it's just whatever. I'm over.
It definitely was not a Coen Brothers movie. It definitely had a feel to it, like a Coen Brothers feel. It had a No Country for Old Men feel to it. I don't think they landed it.
No, it was like a knockoff kind of, like that kind of vibe, but it wasn't as edgy and suspenseful. But,
yeah. So what do you think? What's your overall opinion? And then we'll open it up. We'll just do straight spoilers. Like we'll just talk about it, whatever. But at least for right now, if somebody wants to go stop and watch it, what do you think about it first before we get into spoilers?
All right. So my honest opinion about Cop Car, I thought the intro was kind of weird. Like the text and I don't know, like the delivery of the very beginning was kind of weird vibe. But I was mad.
Yeah, it looked like that was like an After Effects special, man. Like
it was.
Some dude in his garage was making the After Effects.
Yeah, it wasn't too great. And the music was like kind of cheesy too. But I'm looking at the titles and I'm like, it's like written by, it's like no Coen, directed by no Coen. And then I got mad. I'm like, what the freak? This ain't no Coen movie. So, like to the people listening, I'm a big No Country for Old Men fan. I think it's an awesome movie, and that's the Coen Brothers, and they make awesome violent crime flicks. So I was like hyped, but it wasn't them. So rant. So Kevin Bacon's in the movie. I wouldn't say I'm a big Kevin Bacon fan, but I kind of am. K-Bake. That's his little name, K-Bake. So K-Bake is the man. Like, he's been around forever. I think he's very underrated. We're going to get into him a little later. So I was kind of excited and watching a movie just to talk about it without spoilers. It underperformed for me. Like, it was kind of a disappointment. It wasn't terrible. Just to flat out throw this out there, I'll give it a C, which is like an average movie for if you're bored. It was like a No Country for Old Men knockoff, and it had no teeth to it. It really didn't like have me at the edge of my seat. I mean, it had like moments like that one. Oh damn, I can't talk about it. But all right, I'll just say this
in general, and then we'll get into spoilers. I'll tell you what my general idea is, but.
I'll say this one thing. And I'm gonna look up the actor's name right now. There's one actor in Cop Car that he was in Boardwalk Empire, the show with Steve Buscemi, and I thought he did a very good job in the movie. And his name is Shea Wigham?
Wiggum.
Shea
Wiggum.
SheaWhigham. Shea Wigham, I think is his name. And he did a great job, and he was awesome on
He's
Boardwalk Empire.
K-Bake. So if Kevin Bacon's K-Bake, he's Shewig.
Shaywig, I don't know what you would call him. K-Bake.
Well, she'd be Shaywig, right? If K-Bake,
Shaywig.
K.
K-Bake. I don't even know what to call him, dude. His name is so messed up. Wiggy.
What the hell kind of laugh is that?
Dude, that was like a Hills Have Eyes laugh. I was like, I just like laughed at my own stupidity. I made it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I give it a C. I wouldn't own it. I don't even think I recommend it to somebody. I definitely was disappointed. It wasn't total trash, but I can't wait till we get into spoilers for this one.
I think I'd have to agree with you too. You had said, well, check this movie out, Coen Brothers. I was like, okay, No Country for Old Men style, kind of like gritty, like murderous movie. So I'm like, all right, I guess this is going to take it far, with this cop car and these kids. And, like you said it wasn't a Coen Brothers movie, and I was watching the titles at the beginning. I was like, okay, it didn't say Coen Brothers.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. It said, I think Joe Walsh or something like that. I'll look it up. I'm not sure what he, directed, but, previously, maybe you can check it out while I'm talking, but he, overall in the movie, like you said, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It wasn't a horrible movie, but like it wasn't anything spectacular. The whole movie is like this build up, and it really didn't finish it off at the end. Like there was this trying to be this escalation of, where Kevin Bacon is in the story. And the end was kind of like lackluster and kind of like rushed. I don't know. This is probably like a low budget film. I'm not sure what the actual budget on the movie was, but I have to give props to the cinematographer, because watching the movie had nice clean shots. I kind of liked how they set up things. They did those kind of like funky out of focus shots. They also did like that No Country for Old Men stuff where they kind of like left the long shots. You know what I'm talking about, Dave? Like they just leave the camera there and they almost kind of like let the scene play out and the camera just stays there and watches it all.
Yeah.
And I think those are pretty cool. So, from a cinematic point of view, I really like the movie, but overall storyline, I'm right there with you. It's like a C, hey, if you're bored one time on Netflix, check it out, but it's like a play in the background kind of movie,
Yeah. Yeah, dude, to be honest, like, it kind of sucks because the premise to me was like awesome. Like,
I thought it was going to be like a good one.
Yeah, two kids come across an abandoned cop car and, there's something funky going on with it. And I don't want to spoil it, but it had a really good premise and story, and it was like it had a lot of potential, and then it just like fell apart, But whenever you want to get into spoilers, I guess we can definitely get more into it.
Yeah, I'm good. You can get in first. I'm just trying to look up and see like what they had for. I know it's a low budget, but I just want to see what it was for low budget. But go ahead. What's your first thing you want to bring about spoilers?
I didn't look it up. I'm gonna say they had a budget of, let's say, $5 million. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Okay, so for the people listening, we're just gonna talk about the movie in general, like spoilers and everything. So if you don't want it ruined, if you want to see it, then you should probably get off. But we are going to get into it right now. So fair warning, I'm gonna talk about the movie with spoilers. You guys ready? Spoilers. It's coming. It's going to be ruined. All right, here we go. Spoiler section. So
you've been warned with 7 spoilers.
Fair warning. So
even though this is a movie that we really don't care to spoil for you.
Right. It's not something that was like amazing. Yeah, dude, like the guy that played the Wiggum dude, he did very good. I thought he pulled off the whole that scene in the trunk when he was all like scared and like confused. Like I thought
Get
that
me out of
was
here! Get me out of here! I thought he
yeah,
did pretty good on that.
he
Yep.
did good in that part, dude. It was very believable. Good acting. Uh, Kevin Bacon, he's a great actor to me. Dude, he was looking hurt though. Come
Yeah,
on,
he's getting old,
dude.
man. He's
K
getting
Bake,
old.
dude, he looking dried up.
He's
Like
getting old.
he needs to like eat more or pick up some weights because he's looking like a 90-year-old man.
He's always been kind of
What's up
scrawny,
with
though.
that,
He's always been
dude?
scrawny.
Dude, but he looked like he was probably like about 130 pounds, like 6 feet tall. He looked bad. He looked pretty bad. You know, like totally does not take care of himself or something. But
He kind of looked like Dallas Buyers Club
yeah,
status.
dude, he looked pretty bad. He looked bad. Um, I was like, damn, dude. And then, dude, when he was in First Class, he didn't look that bad. He looked like, you know, he still has some youth to him. I was like, wow, Kevin Bacon's aging pretty well.
Yep.
And this movie is like, hot damn, like, jeez.
Damn.
Like, looking rough. But he always does a good job, and I'm not going to knock his performance. I do like him a lot. I think just the movie, you know, the directing, I think the director's like a new guy, so he probably doesn't have a lot of experience, and it kind of showed. What do you think about that shootout?
Dude, I think so. When that girl, the lady, you know, the lady that saw them driving the kids,
Yeah.
you know, like she's the one that called in, and that poor lady, you know, like just trying to be like a good Samaritan, but that's what you get when you stick your face in certain kind of situations, you know. I knew it, you know. She pulls up in the car like, I knew it, I knew you were like this. She walked up, dude. I was like, she's dead. She's
Oh yeah,
so
she's
dead.
done.
As soon as
She
she
was
walked
done.
up, I was like, and then he knew it was gonna happen too, because he's like, did you the one that called the police or called in the two kids in the cop car? He's like, yeah, go find my keys. He set her up. Kevin Bacon set her up to, man.
Yeah, he was very conniving. Like, I like that aspect of the movie, like the little
Yep.
twists and turns that he was getting out of. Like,
Yeah.
remember like when the cop pulled him over, and
Mhm.
obviously the cop would recognize him because he's a sheriff. And I was
Yep.
like, he like wormed his way out of that. He made that quick call, you know, called
Yeah,
in
dude.
a
I was
fake
like, how's he
call.
gonna get out of that thing? I was thinking
Yeah,
that. I was like, how's he gonna get out of this shit?
yeah, that was slick. And then, to be honest, dude, when he had everybody switch to the other radio channel, I thought that was a little risky. Like, he was still talking over the radio, and I thought that was kind of dumb. It's like,
When he
how
was
do you
talking
know?
back and forth with them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know everybody switched off that channel? Like, you're
Right.
totally blowing up your spot. So I thought that was kind of dumb. But I guess he had no choice. And the kids, I didn't care for them. I thought, I don't even know what to say about their acting. It
I thought
was,
neither one of them were good actors. And you know,
no,
like,
they
you
were
know,
very wooden.
they were, and you know, like Mud, the two kids from Mud,
Yeah.
they were good actors, you know,
Mhm.
in Mud, you know, and they didn't.
These kids were like robots, dude.
They were.
I mean,
They
they were
just
little kids, not hating on them, but like, damn, like, it was not good. Just not good performances.
dude, how about the ending?
Oh, the ending, it was, I don't know, dude. Like, I got a couple of issues with it. Like, when the one guy he had in the trunk, okay, first of all, when he was trying to hide, that was kind of hilarious because he was so stupid. He like lays down in the grass.
Yeah, that part was actually really funny, where he was like trying to lay down in the grass and then put the thing over the top of his head, then come down and then try to like go behind the pole and.
Yeah, it was, dude. He was so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny, comical, and
The two kids are like, "What the hell are you doing? I see you."
the shootout was kind of intense. Like when Kevin Bacon had that Uzi dude,
Yep.
he was spraying them rounds. I was like, whoa! Like I sensed danger in that scene. It was like
Yeah.
they were firing at each other. And so, but one of my issues, I got two things with that movie. The ending, like, dude, I never been hit by a freaking round from an AR-15 or M16, so I can't really speak on this from personal experience. But I bet you anything, if I get hit with 3 rounds in my stomach, I'm dead. Like, Kevin Bacon got blasted in his torso by like 2 or 3 rounds and gets up and drives a freaking truck after these kids and is like coherent and awake. Come on. He did do some cocaine, so I give him that.
He did a bunch of cocaine before
He
that
did
happened.
a bunch
you know?
of coke. So maybe he pulled the Scarface again, but dude, you know how big them bullets are? Like, them rounds are ridiculous. Like,
I thought that was a little unbelievable. And I
then
also,
a freaking Uzi, if I'm not mistaken, it fires like 9mm rounds, which are smaller, and that guy got hit like a couple of times and died almost instantly. And
right.
Kevin Bacon gets blasted like with like 2-3 inch rounds, like 223 or 5.56. Those are like the calibers for like AR-15s.
Yep.
And come on, man. You get hit with dude, one of those bullets will blow a hole in you like so big, you would just bleed out. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
I thought that after he gets in the truck, though, I thought that was cool how they did the scene back and forth with the kid driving and he's got the lights off, and then they were showing Kevin Bacon. They were showing the monitor with like him talking and back and forth. I thought that scene actually was more kind of intensity to it, I think, than the shootout for me personally. That little chasing scene did.
Yeah.
And then he fucking smashes that cow.
Yeah. When he's like, "You do not steal a cop car."
Yeah.
It's like, it was okay. I don't know. They try to make it all intense, but the other issue I had, and I know it's a movie, but come on, man. These are like little boys. They're kids driving a car like 90 miles an hour on back roads with no lights.
Right.
And you're going to tell me, dude, I've been driving for a long time. If I drive 90 miles an hour on a back road with no lights, there's a good chance I'm going to crash.
Right.
Like, these kids are driving, like, I'm like, come on, like, that was a little weird to me.
Well, and that kid, and he's driving with no lights too.
Yeah, no lights with them twists and turns, Well, actually, back roads are in that kind of area is like long stretches, but still, 90 miles an hour, there's no room for error. Like, you're not going to make sharp turns. You're going to crash. So.
Oh, this is cool. So, you remember how I mentioned, I couldn't find the exact budget for the movie, so I can't name that. It did say it did go to Sundance in January, so it got approved and bought and for distribution in January from Sundance Film Festival, and it was just distributed in August. But it said it only made $134,000 in box offices.
That's kind of sad.
Ouch. So I don't know how much the actual budget was. But this is interesting. Like I told you that I really liked the cinematography in the movie.
Yeah.
The cinematographer for this movie is the cinematographer for the Daredevil series on Netflix.
Okay.
So.
I'm trying to think if I see like shades of Daredevil in it. Now that I think about it, not really. I can't see the same style. I would have never guessed that.
No, me either. Because he definitely copied No Country for Old Men. Copied that style.
Oh yeah, he did. Like you definitely picked up that vibe, but it just wasn't done not even half as good as that.
No.
You know?
But it did have a lot of the same kind of things. I'm trying to see if there's any other movie. I just thought it was interesting. I looked up the cinematographer for it, and
yeah,
that was the
definitely
newest one that
definitely
popped up.
the same environment. That kind of terrain. So yeah, dude, I wouldn't own it. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Disappointed. I thought it was going to be a lot better, and I don't fault Kevin Bacon for that. I just fault the movie. And the one guy from Boardwalk Empire, the Shea Wiggum dude, he's good. I'm glad he's like actually doing movies.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, good performance.
So what do you think? What do you think his deal was? Like Kevin Bacon. Like, what was the story? Like when you piece it together.
I just think he was kind of like a Alonzo Harris guy, but like for a small town. Like he probably like had drug deals with people because he was throwing all that coke down the toilet.
Yeah, he's flushing it all. Yeah.
So I just think he was dirty, and he was just in bed with people and like was taking people out, for whatever reason. And I don't really think there's a specific backstory with him other than he was just dirty, and the kids freaking interfered with like part of his game. Who knows how long he's been doing that?
It's true.
So, but to me, it was trying to like be like a Training Day and No Country for Old Men flick. That's a good way
to describe it. So if you were to describe it, it's a good merge between Alonzo Harris Training Day and No Country for Old Men. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the vibe I got.
So we both are very big fans of both of those movies, but it still didn't do a good job at doing either of them. But it's the same vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I give it a C, which is very average
Yeah, me
for
too.
me, and won't recommend it.
Me either.
That's just me though.
I mean, if you're bored, check it out because it is. I think it looks very good visually. I was what kept me going with the movie. I think was how it was visually shot. So
Yeah.
that's my point of view on it.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
But the storyline sucked.
Yeah, it had potential with the premise, but like it definitely fell apart. So, do you want to get into Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. Let's go over his entire career. Kevin Bacon. Well, yeah, you said you wanted to do a whole thing for him, so you go ahead.
Yeah, I got
You
like
said
did a little bit of research on him for the people listening. And who doesn't know Kevin Bacon?
That's true.
But these are like little tidbits on him.
Yep.
So the second half of this episode, we're going to dedicate it to Kevin Bacon since he was on Cop Car. And, Kevin Bacon is, 57 years old right now. And his recent work was The Following, which I think got canceled, but might be coming back on Netflix, I think.
Oh man,
Yeah.
dude, we'll get into that show. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I read it got canceled, but I think it's coming back, dude. I think it got picked up again. His short bio, he's one of 6 kids, he's from Philadelphia. He won a full scholarship in 1975 and attended the, Pennsylvania Governor's School for Arts at Bucknell University. And, he was a part of a 5-week arts program under Dr. Glory Van Scott, which directed his life towards acting. After he took that course or that program, he was like, yeah, I want to be an actor. So he left home at 17 to pursue acting in New York, and he started with small roles in theater, soap operas, and his first, I guess, quote, kind of major role was in Friday the 13th. And
I don't remember him in that movie.
Yeah, he got like, I think he got stabbed with a pole. Like he was like sleeping in bed and just like a pole just jammed right to his chest.
The first one?
The very, very first one, if I'm not
With
mistaken.
Jason's mom?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, but some of his known movies, he's been in tons of flicks, but some of the more known ones are like Friday the 13th, Animal House, Footloose, of course, Tremors, which is fun as hell.
Dude, I love Tremors.
Love that movie too. Flatliners, which is good. JFK, A Few Good Men, The River Wild, Apollo 13, Sleepers, Wild Things, Stir of Echoes, Hollow Man, which is fun to me. Mystic River, X-Men First Class, which is a cool little comeback movie for him.
Yep.
R.I.P.D. and Death Sentence, which is like a hardcore like revenge flick, which I did like. And real quick, last little thing on him. He's been nominated for a lot of awards. He never won an Academy Award, but he won Broadcast Film Critics Association Award for Best Actor, Screen Actor Guild Award for Outstanding Performance in Apollo 13. Let me see. From Mystic River, he won an award for Best Casting from the Boston Society of Film Critics. Golden Globe Awards, Best Actor in a Miniseries of Television for Taking Chance, another Screen Actors Guild for Taking Chance, and a Saturn Award for Best Actor on Television for The Following. And I'm not even going to read all the other things he was nominated for, but it's a ton.
Yeah.
So he's a good actor. And,
he is. And he has to play a certain type of character for it to come across that well, but he is a fantastic actor. I think he's got he's great dimension to him.
He's good, dude. He's very smooth. Like, he's seasoned, and he's a vet, man. Kevin Bacon's an OG. Like, he's a vet. When you put him on screen, like, you could tell he's just so comfortable. He's been in the game forever.
Yep.
What's your favorite, like, Kevin Bacon movie? Obviously, I think I know what this is.
Tremors. Dude, I love him in Tremors. Like, the way that his interaction with the other guy, it's fantastic.
Yeah. That other guy must be old.
Yeah, dude, he's got to be old. The other one I wanted to bring up too, I liked The River Wild with him. Mm-hmm. That's like where they are taking the robbers down the river in the Grand Canyon, I think. That's our old one, but that one I really liked. Kevin Bacon too. That's really good. And then the following series, he plays like a just rundown detective that's an alcoholic, and he's got like a bad heart, but he is like this kind of like smart detective that knows serial killer like crazy, and he plays an excellent it's an excellent detective role in it. And to be honest with that, I know you don't like to get roped into new series. There's only two seasons on this, Dave, so you don't have to get roped in too far. And it's on, I think, Hulu or something like that. If you can get through the first episode without watching the next one, I would be greatly impressed. Because the first episode, dude, it sets you up like crazy. Like, there's just such intensity within like the first episode of the series. Like, I think it's on the top of one of the best season openers I've ever had, or pilot episodes for a show. It just catches your attention right away.
Yeah, dude, for me to get into a show, like, it has to just, I don't know, it gotta kind of grab me, and I tend to, like, not watch shows on reality. Like, I don't like watching, like, cop dramas. I did love Dexter, but I like
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was good. I loved Breaking Bad. Actually, it was better than good. It was, like, one of the best series I've ever seen. But yeah, I tend to gravitate, like right now I'm watching The Strain. It's a vampire show, and I like watching, stuff like that, kind of more fantasy or horror. But I may check it out. And I don't like getting roped into shows when I'm currently involved in like two or three, because then it gets too much. But I'll probably give it a shot. I wanted to see House of Cards. I haven't checked out an episode of that yet, and I heard that was really good. But if I can answer my own question, I think my favorite Kevin Bacon movie, I really liked Tremors. I thought Tremors was fun. That's a classic from like my youth, like childhood pretty much. Death Sentence was good. It was kind of like a hardcore revenge flick, like I said.
I didn't get to see that one. How old is that one?
That one was like, I say like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
Stir of Echoes was okay.
Is in it? Do you remember?
No, dude, it was a lot of like no-name people.
Yeah.
It was kind of a low budget, I think, like indie flick kind of. And
he does do like a lot of indie flicks. If you notice it, like he does big box office ones, but he loves like getting in the indie flicks. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool, And I was gonna bring something else up, like a side note, but I won't in a sec. What other? He was good in X-Men First Class.
Yeah, Sebastian Shaw. Yeah.
Yep. Hollow Man was just like a fun movie. Flatliners was good.
Dude, I can't believe that. Side note, you on Hollow Man? That's like the invisible rape scene, right?
I don't remember. I think so.
That was disturbing.
Yeah, I think so, dude. Who he did it? The blonde chick?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Hollow Man was messed up. You know what was worse than that? Or like on par, it was as bad. When he was invisible and grabbed the dog by the legs or tail and bashed it, like you see it in the thermal vision, he like swings the dog because it didn't stop yapping and smashes it against like a cage.
Right.
And you see like brains and all kinds of stuff fly all over the place.
On the thermal, yeah.
But in thermal vision.
Yeah.
Dude, Hollow Man was good. I like that movie.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it was fun. The side note that I was going to talk about, the New London County area from Connecticut, the Guard Arts Theater.
Yeah.
You know how like they had Kevin Bacon was there.
Was he?
Yeah, dude.
Like performing there?
Yes, like music, because he's a part of like a band, I think, with his brother. They're called the Bacon Brothers. And it's a sizzling band.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, they were like in Guard Arts.
Why we keep Dave. We keep Dave around for these jokes.
I throw out some good ones sometimes. I wouldn't pay to see them. I can't say that I heard their music. Like, I'm not too familiar, but like it's kind of cool that he was actually like in our area,
Yeah.
You didn't know that, dude?
No, I didn't even know that he was part of the Bacon Brothers band. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah. You should look up some of their tunes and let's see what they sound like. I'm looking it up right now on YouTube. I just want to hear Let me see. It's a
Here we go.
song called Kiko Song.
Ghana. Oh, I got go on my way. Let's get to where he's actually singing. Can you hear that all right?
Ooh, that's really loud. Yeah, that's loud, dude. Yeah, that's like obnoxiously loud, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
It's like folky kind of music.
I can't say that it's bad.
No, it's like folky kind of country, relaxed kind of music. I don't know the best way to describe it. It's not horrible. It's not my type of
So
music.
this is brother with the curly hair?
It looks like it.
I'm listening to a song called Kiko Song. And they play acoustic. Hold on, it's not good. Yeah, dude, it's not good. It's not good.
He needs to stick to acting, right? He's gonna stick to acting.
Yeah. Like, for the people listening, I'm listening to the song called Kiko Song, Kikko, and it's like a live performance. And if you want to YouTube this, it says the Bacon Brothers perform Kiko Song. And I just heard Kevin Bacon kind of cut into it and sing is not good. Just being honest, is not. So, stick to acting, buddy.
Have you seen Footloose, Dave?
Dude, I seen it, but I saw it like years ago.
Long time ago, right? I just saw it pop up on Netflix. I think it was just recently added. I was gonna try to watch it again before we saw this show to kind of like reintroduce myself, though. But I want to tell you this one movie, and anybody that's ever seen that wants to go check this out, it's going to be hard to track down. This one's from 1987, so the year I was born, 28 years ago, Dave. You should definitely check this one out. It's called Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon, all right?
Okay.
This is what he plays a disturbing, awesome character in this movie. So the premise of the film is a experienced guy, Vic, which is Kevin Bacon, accompanies a city boy, Alan, and his three friends on their first wilderness experience. Hoping to teach the four brothers lessons not only about the wilderness but about themselves, Vic pushes them to their limits, soon alienating the boys, and Vic finds himself in desperate need of help and must rely on the students in order to survive. Now, like, he takes them out, like, in the woods and stuff like that, and he makes them do, like, kind of, like, messed up things, and he, like, leaves them overnight, like, not anything, like, twisted, like, sexually or anything like that.
Yeah.
Basically, he, like, pushes their limits, like, he leaves them, like, makes one kid go stay on an island by himself overnight, you know? And then he, like, makes them climb like, a mountain without, like, the rope and stuff like that to, like, make them tougher. But he's, like, tapped in the head, you know?
Bacon does this?
Yes.
I think I've seen this, like, a long time ago, but I like bits of it.
Yeah. And it's got the guy.
Yeah, he was a jerk in that.
Yeah, he was. It's got the guy from The Hobbit, you know, the shorter guy, Sean Astin, the guy that's Frodo's friend.
Yeah.
It's when he was a kid, he was in the movie.
What's the name of it again?
It's called Whitewater Summer. But that's one of my other favorite Kevin Bacon movies. Old school.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a jerk.
30 years ago. Yeah, but he played a good kind of like crazy character, like tapped guy in the head.
Yeah, like a psycho dude. Yeah, I think I remember that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to check it out now. Like, I actually want to see it. See it again. Okay. All right, man. What else you got on Bacon? What do you want to see him do, like, in the future going forward? You want to see him in crime flicks? You want to see him in... I know he's coming out in Black Mass with Johnny Depp, which is like a mafia hitman movie.
Yeah, that's where he thrives, is like the cop movies and like the, you know, like that kind of like dark, gritty characters, crime films and stuff like that. That's where he's good at. And he also plays a great psycho. So I would like to see him kind of like take on a role, you know, like he hasn't formally won an Oscar, but I think I appreciate an actor that takes a lot of risk in doing like a lot of independent films and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you can see he's got 81 films on here, and a lot of them are not big name films. They're a lot of like indie ones. So I don't know. What do you think? I would like to see him if he's going to be with Johnny Depp, you said?
Yeah, he's gonna be with Johnny Depp, and I'm kind of excited about it. It looks good. Johnny Depp.
That sounds good. Yeah.
He's been kind of hit or miss lately, but if you watch the trailer of Black Mass, you could kind of tell it's gonna be like a badass like crime movie. And,
he's going to be in that movie, the one with like Johnny Depp sitting at the table.
And he's
like
balding.
He's that gangster.
Yeah, he's like an older gangster dude.
And he says, "Tell me like the recipe," you know.
I think that's
Like, if you're going to tell me the recipe that fast, what makes you think that you're not going to talk about me? You know?
Right. That movie. Yep.
That one. He's going to be in that one? That's going to be awesome.
He's going to be in that. Yeah. And that looks really good, man.
Excited.
Johnny Depp looks like he did a great job in that. And, man, we got to dedicate an episode to Johnny Depp because
we should.
He doesn't get credit, man.
Yep.
And it's funny, with Johnny Depp is like hit or miss. Like he's either on fire or, is kind of meh. But overall, I think he is an acting legend to me, and I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp. I like him. He needs to get away from them character roles, man. He's like he went too crazy with the cartoony roles, man.
He did, and he kept rolling with it too for years,
Dude, the Mad Hatter, the Pirates movie, he played, I think, Geronimo, and like that one movie,
Willy Wonka.
It's like, dude, he like tarnished his career in a way doing that, because like no one takes him serious, like, and people forget, like, he was like a serious actor, like Donnie Brasco. That's a freaking awesome movie. Blow. Yep. He's definitely had some amazing roles, like just a good actor.
Like, we should do one. We'll do definitely one strictly with him.
Yeah, and he's just the man. I like Johnny Depp a lot. I would love to see him in a Marvel role. I don't know who he would play, but I think it would be fun to have him in a Marvel role. I think he definitely has them acting chops for that, especially he plays characters.
Mm-hmm.
Or DC. Marvel got a lot of people. Let's get him in DC. Have him play the Riddler.
Let's get him in DC. What about Bacon? Think Bacon be in DC?
Bacon, yeah, I think he could be in DC. I think Kevin Bacon could play a pretty badass villain. He's too old now and to play like a hero. Like, I wouldn't want to see him as a hero. I don't think he can pull it off, but like,
no,
as like a major villain, yeah, like he can.
Because he's got that swag to him. He can have that villain role to him.
He plays a good bad guy.
He does.
He definitely does.
That's where his strong suit is, yeah.
He plays a great bad guy, and I also think he plays a great family man, like a regular Joe. Like, he does a good job with that. If you watch him in, I'm trying to think of like roles where he was, here I am saying like, yeah, he plays a great family guy. What movies he play a family guy in? But he does do a good regular Joe, role. Like, okay, Death Sentence, like right there for one. That's a role where he was just a straight up regular husband, regular guy, and So I want to see him in crime movies. I want to see him in more dramas. And fan. I'm a fan.
So if I were to say anybody that hasn't seen, I would definitely say the following. Check out the first episode. And if you don't continue to want to watch the show, I don't trust your opinion as far as TV shows would go, but dude, I'm telling you, like, I can't tell you enough that somebody told me to check it out. I flipped it on. I was half watching it, and then I literally stopped what I was doing to continue to watch the first episode. So it was that good. And then go all the way back to 1987 to go check out the old school movie with him, and that is Whitewater Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two ones I would recommend. Cop Car, I don't recommend for you to watch for kids.
No. I got a couple of recommendations too. I'm gonna say for Kevin Bacon, I mean, he got like regular dramas too, but I'm just gonna recommend the fun ones. Flatliners was entertaining, good story.
Good sci-fi film.
Sci-fi thriller.
They're just trying to reboot that.
Spooky.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. It's like, leave it alone. That's like a classic.
Yeah, make up your own stories, Hollywood. Go make up your own stories.
Yeah, it's like about a group of like brilliant kids, like, or like, they're not kids, they're young adults pretty much, and scientists, whatever, and like they want to see what's on the other side, and they like put each other down basically and bring each other back to life and try to record, what happens to you. And things happen. There's like a twist. It was a good, spooky flick. Death Sentence to me was fun, low budget, vengeance movie, very gritty, violent. Hollow Man was a fun sci-fi movie. I would definitely recommend that. And I remember him in Apollo 13. He had a good role in that, if I recall. And I'm just gonna throw one more. I mean, of course, Tremors.
Tremors, definitely, yeah.
That's probably like the cream of the crop.
The best one. That's the best Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Even though it's not the greatest acting,
it's all fun movie.
Yeah,
for what it is.
For fun, he did a great job. But like compared to like serious roles, no, it's like a hokey monster movie. But that's his best movie, like as far as overall.
He's incredibly entertaining in that film.
Yeah, it was good. Him and the other guy. Good duo.
They were good buddies.
Yeah.
Good buddy film.
Dude, I got nothing else on K-Bake. Do you have anything on him?
That's it on K-Bake.
That's it on K-Bake. So I'm kind of excited. Yep. We'll hit up Johnny Depp eventually.
Yeah, that'd be a good episode to do.
Dude, okay, we were talking about, like, little side note for the people listening. We were talking about reviewing Straight Outta Compton. And then Brian is going to check it out. I was going to check it out. And then Paul interjected because he's like the gangster rap expert.
Yep.
So he's like,
no. He's like, you can't watch it and do it without me.
Yeah, you guys can't. But here's the freaking problem. When you going to watch it, Paul? Like, we're going to hit this shit up like a year from now. You got to watch it, dude. So we're going to wait for you. Yeah. And,
Straight Outta Compton 2016 review.
We got our review coming. Yep. June 2016. We got you guys. No worries. So that review's coming up soon. What other ones we had? Compton, Cop Car did.
To be honest, I haven't sat down to watch Mission Impossible. I know we're kind of getting past the limitations.
Yeah,
but I do want to check it out. I just haven't got to it.
Yeah, I want to see Mission Impossible.
Oh, you haven't seen the new one yet?
I haven't seen a new one, dude. No.
All right, we're doing a review on that then coming up.
All right, and there's
watch it.
There's another movie that just came out that I was kind of excited about. Let me see. How do you feel about Hitman Agent 47?
Dude, it got like an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
Okay, never mind. How about, you never saw Sinister, right?
No, I didn't.
Dude, Sinister was like one of the creepiest movies I've seen in a long time. The first one. I don't know if the second one is going to be good, but the first one was messed up. Yeah. And I don't get creeped out by movies like that. And it was messed up, dude. Like, I don't even know if you want to watch that with Leanne. It's pretty,
maybe I'll not let her see that one.
Pretty crazy. Gil wanted to see The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and I totally shit on him for that. I'm like, dude, no, it looks like crap.
Dude, I've been seeing that, like, commercials for that. I'm like, I don't really give a shit. Like,
yeah, dude.
Who gives a shit about that?
Looks like a cheesy spy movie, just corny.
That's what it is.
Henry Cavill, he looks like Superman still in a spy movie. Same hairstyle. It's like, dude, just be Superman. Be happy with that. Ride your 15 minutes of fame with that. Save your money and just stick with that.
Dude, how about the new No Escape? Have you seen that one? It's got Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw the trailers.
I saw that and I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't give a crap, dude. I'm not even gonna Netflix that. I could care less.
Yeah, I could care less. I won't even put it on as background. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, the only movie I'm kind of excited about in theaters is probably like, not excited, but I'm curious. Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, me too. And dude, I did start to watch Pixels a little while back, and
that looked like fun, kind of.
Yeah, dude, I didn't make it past like 20 minutes before I shut it off.
Oh, no good?
Yep, no good. At least the first 20 minutes, it didn't capture. Like, I was literally trying to like sit there and like pay attention, and I'm like, I shouldn't do this for a movie. I have to make myself sit there and pay attention to it,
Yeah.
It was already throwing out funny stuff too. So like I knew it wasn't like gearing itself up. Like they were already trying to chuck out funny stuff. Yeah. 20 minutes in, I was like,
Damn. Well,
But yeah, so I want to do Mission Impossible. We'll do Straight Outta Compton when Paulie gets on board.
yeah, June 2016.
But Mission Impossible we'll do real soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yep.
So, so for the people listening, to wrap up the episode, I guess, thanks for listening. If you have comments, concerns, questions, requests for reviews on what our thoughts are on certain movies, you can hit us up at Newbreed Film Reviews 2014 at gmail.com. We have a Twitter. What is it, Brian?
At Newbreed Film.
At Newbreed Film. Paulie runs that.
Yeah, and then we also got a Facebook. You can hit us up on Newbreed Film Reviews on Facebook as well.
Yeah, that's like another outlet for us. And subscribe if you like the podcast. If we help you kill time, thank you for the support.
Yep.
And listening. And we have fun doing the show. And that's it. I got nothing else.
Like I said, I took a little hiatus, but I'm back. I'm back.
He's back. So, all right, dude.
All right, man.
Anything else?
That's about it.
All right. So that wraps up 57. We'll be back with 58.
All right.
Later.
Later.